Welcome to Community Real Estate Roots, Agents Building Relationships, where we explore the heart of real estate through meaningful connections as they guide you through stories behind every sold sign and dive into how agents nurture communities, one home and one relationship at a time.
Welcome back. Have y'all missed us?
Yes.
Because it has been a while since we have been.
Well, we haven't been here since October.
And it is now almost January.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holidays are over with. Actually, 7 days from today, Christmas is done.
Ooh.
So you put your Christmas tree up in October. Do you take it down Christmas Day?
Oh, no. I usually take it down January 1st, maybe the 2nd. But usually that first weekend of January it comes down. I get a full 60 days with my Christmas tree.
Wow. Yeah, I'm one of these, once it's over, boom, down.
Literally yesterday, my dad, their Christmas tree, died, bit the dust, and I had an extra one. I know, shocker. So I took it to him, put it up, and he's like, we're only going to have this up for 7 days. And I'm like, he was like, oh, that's right. You have yours up for 90. And I was like, at least 60, but yes.
Mm-hmm. No. Well, that's okay.
Yeah. But that's my tradition.
That is your tradition.
Is my tradition. I always start November 1st. But speaking of traditions, what kind of traditions do y'all have around the holiday?
We have Christmas Eve. My kids all come back to my house. Now this will be my grandkids will come back. My grandkid will come back and they'll spend the night at my house. And we open up one present. And shocker, it's always pajamas. I wonder what this box is. Pajamas. Surprise. Yeah.
So the conversation with them before they get to the house is like, okay, I wonder what pajamas we're getting this year.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Christmas PJs?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, Christmas pajamas.
Okay, that's cool though.
Yeah, we always have cute pictures, but I'm always in the moment and forget to take pictures. So, but we look cute.
So does everybody change in their pajamas as soon as they
and sleep in that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they put their pajamas on, sleep in them, and we have cute pajamas for Christmas.
Yeah, that's kind of
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I was born in the South, so Christmas tradition was you almost did the same things like every year. And back in the day, we won't say how long ago, but that was when really everybody really decorated the outside of their houses. So we went to the same neighborhoods almost every year. There was one off of Montclair Road out on the other side, which I'm sure they're not there today, but they had this top of a rooftop over a garage, and then their house was peeked up. So Santa was up there. You knew you were going to go by, and Santa was up on the rooftop.
Nice.
So now you can go. You got drive-through light places and things like that. These were you just had a list of neighborhoods, and you knew when you were going to. You knew when you were going to go.
I remember I grew up out towards Center Point and Trussville area. We had this one house on Mary Van Lane. They had this huge lot, and they had this huge carousel. They had Santa and all his stuff. They had all the manger scene. They had everything. We would all drive. I don't know what happened. I'm sure it's not going on anymore.
Say I had something very similar. Born and raised in Calera, and we had a place in South Calera that. It was a very tiny neighborhood, maybe 5 or 6 houses, but there was this one house that decorated all of it, and it was sort of like a drive-through. You could drive through and kind of keep going, or you could drive through and park, and then you could get out and see Santa and all that kind of stuff. So we did that when I was a kid, but it's not there anymore. But yeah.
Well, we have in our neighborhood over in the Cove, they've got one house that's decked out to the max. And then one house over, they have a sign that says ditto with an arrow over. But they also have can drive where people can drop off their cans and stuff. And then, it's really cool.
Poor Lisa. She's coughing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so that was pretty cool. We had a new tradition. Well, not tradition, but we did something new this year where we went to my daughter's house. She just bought her house, and we had
right.
Thanksgiving.
New house.
She hosted Thanksgiving at her
Nice.
house. So that was fun. And we had so many parties though. We had Thanksgiving at my daughter's house. Then we had my mom's second husband once removed. We're too southern here. But anyways, he was my stepdad growing up my whole life. So we still have Christmas with him. And so it's always like finger foods. And now we're going to be doing my mom's Christmas at my house this Friday. So it's party, party, party.
I'm saying my kids are older now, so I'm trying to get them to do things like hey, let's go look at Christmas lights on Wednesday. So as of right now, we're going to look at Christmas lights on Wednesday, but 2 kids have 48 hours to find a way out of it. So,
No.
but we recently, probably the last 4 or 5 years, started a Christmas Eve where we go out with our friends and we go to Chinese, and then do our friends exchange with them. And then my family we'll pick a day when my brother can come into town, and then we do our family Christmas. So our family Christmas on my mom's side is Sunday.
No.
So, and we're going to do finger foods and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we had our friends' Christmas over at my best friend Shondel's house this weekend, and she has a house, and then like down the little dirt road is her parents' house. So we all got together and we walked down to her parents' house and sang to them.
Oh, that's
carols.
cool.
They loved
cool.
it. They
That's
ate up.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have been wanting to do like a Friendsmas or whatever you call it. I have waited to the last minute to do everything this year, so it's not going to happen this year.
What are
Maybe
your
next year.
rules on Dirty Santa? Do y'all play Dirty Santa?
I don't like Dirty Santa.
Do you play Dirty Santa?
We used to. We should play it all the time.
We do. I have an annual Christmas party that we go to, and it reminds me, I need to pick up Dirty Santa gifts for this Saturday. So yes, we do. I think it's like a gift under 25, and it can only be stolen 3 times, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's dead.
There's always somebody that cheats.
Cheats? How do
always
you
a-
cheat at Dirty Santa?
I'm telling you, there's always somebody that cheats at Dirty Santa.
Well, our big thing is here lately. I'm not going to name any names, and if this family member is listening, you know who you are. But they have started a thing where they want it to be equal rights. So whoever is one, if that's a boy or a girl, then whoever is the earliest number, because you draw names to see who picks first.
Right.
Whoever the first girl is, they get to do the double choice too. Because, you go through the whole thing, and then number 1 gets to pick from everybody again at the end. Well, now they're like, well, we have boys' gifts and girls' gifts. Can the girls steal from the boys? Because a boy may not want a girl's gift. I'm like,
Making it,
That's
see,
making
and that's
it
what
even
it
more-
makes
yeah.
it very difficult,
That
and
makes
it
it worse.
doesn't become.
yeah.
But
Like,
we
just
always
do a whole
played
bunch
it.
of unisex gifts, and
A candle.
you got a woman. If you don't like it, give it to her.
You got a mama if you don't have a
or you
woman.
might have a man. Give it to him.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it
I
just-
know. It just becomes too difficult.
Yeah.
But we started several years ago, actually, when Nick and I came from Huntsville down here. Carmine was probably only 4, well, he was less than 4 years old at the time. We actually lived in the Highlands then. So we always did Christmas Eve. That's when we do that. And of course, Nick's Italian, so if you've ever known any Italians, I mean, you have food for the whole neighborhood. There's enough of it that's cooked. But we were always, and even the kids were growing up, we were always the house that we never wanted anybody to spend Christmas alone.
Mhm.
So we never knew who was going to be there on Christmas Eve. Well, Michelle's really good friends that they came one year because they weren't going out of town and whatever. We all lived in the same neighborhood. They lived in Waterford at the time.
Mhm.
And they came over. Well, they had never really had that kind of Italian spread between antipasta, into bread and, olive oil dipping and then into the Feast of Everything. And we fixed eggplant. Well, she had never had eggplant, and she wasn't going to try it, and then she tried
She
it.
wasn't going to try it.
She wasn't going to try it, but then she tried it. So guess what? I have to make every single Christmas since then. Whether it's part of the menu or not, she has a little
It's like-
container that she has to take back home with her. Well, this year, because her family has grown, they live in Helena, they're hosting Christmas Eve, which is kind of emotional. My husband looked at me and he goes, we're not hosting. He said, Sarah wants to do it at her house. And I went, done. That's
Less I have to do.
Less I have to do. But she's like, but you guys are going to bring everything, right? What? We're like, yeah. We
That's how it was with
definitely have
Lauren.
to break that.
Lauren, for her Thanksgiving, she goes, we're going to have it at my house. Like, oh, what are you cooking? I'm not cooking
not
anything.
cooking. You're bringing
What
it.
do you mean?
Yeah. No.
I'm supplying the house. I'm like, well, we always cook when it's at our house. Not this time. We're having it this weekend, and I'm doing Olive Garden. Everybody bring your checkbooks. We're splitting it.
Yeah, and then, well, and actually, that's what we ended up doing after the years because, there ended up being, over 10 plus people.
Yeah.
So we just put the receipts down and everybody split it at the end of the night. And then we do breakfast the next morning
Aw.
with pancakes and all that kind of good
That's
stuff.
cool.
See, I've never been able to have that whole, because growing up, my parents were divorced. So we would wake up at my dad's, have Christmas, pack up, and go to my mom's and stay for a week, which was kind of a rip for my dad because they spend all this time doing Christmas. You rip it open,
Open,
and then you
you
drop
decide-
it and
yeah,
you leave.
later.
So that's kind of sad. And now that my girls, they've always basically done the same thing. They wake up at my house and then they go have lunch over at their dad and grandma's house, and then they come back to my house. So we're just like food all day.
Well, now that your daughter owns a house, she'll probably host Thanksgiving
Yeah.
all
Good
the
for
time
her.
now. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, that's what happened with me. I've now that I'm married, stable, all that great stuff. All the holidays are at my house, and I do cook. I don't like to, but I will.
Well, I love to cook. It's just when you have Thanksgiving, then Thanksgiving, then Thanksgiving, then Christmas, 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 you can eat ham and turkey so many times.
True.
We didn't do turkey this year at Thanksgiving.
What'd you do?
Prime rib.
We had turkey, but I liked it. I don't like ham.
We had to do it. Well, Carmine loves ham, so we did have a small ham, but it was just us, and we looked at each other, and because Jared always fried the turkey, we all looked at each other because honestly, none of us like turkey.
Have
We
you ever
just do
tried
turkey.
the Cajun turkey from Bojangles?
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. They fried that one.
Good.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
going to be all about food today.
Good thing we just ate.
Tradition and food.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Christmas dessert? Is it a pie, a cookie, a pudding?
Bread pudding has probably become our most favorite.
Really?
That does sound good. Mine just varies.
It's usually that and
Whatever there,
cheesecake.
Yeah, the cheesecake is my go-to.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not picky.
You know what I mean?
I like pecan pie. My favorite dessert is peach cobbler with ice cream.
Oh, I got you there.
That's not really a seasonal. No, it's not like Christmassy or anything. But
We also have one
sugar
of those for
cookies.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Well, when the kids were younger and they were other, we always baked cookies because that's what went on Santa's plate.
Mm-hmm.
That
Unless you
put
go
a
get
bit
the
there.
little sugar cookies with the Grinch on it from Publix.
My daughter literally just made some of those 2 nights ago.
Oh, I just got some.
Yeah.
too.
Well, back in the day, you didn't go to the store and buy cookies like
You
that.
made 'em.
They didn't have them. You had to make them. Yeah, you went to the cookie section still and, cut them up with a little picture on the Pillsbury Joy Boy cookie stuff. But you didn't go into a bakery and find cookies decorated like you find it today. Now, you would find desserts, big desserts, but not a lot of cookies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it was funny because where we're going to eat, she's not a cooker or a baker or so when she volunteers to bring something, we know that we need twice as much of something else because she just runs by the store
And picks it up.
like she was in charge of bringing chips last year. God love her, we love her to death. And there's like 12 of us plus there, and she brings in 2 bags of these, not even the super bags of chips.
Oh.
And my daughter will just look at me and I go, oh, that's plenty. Well, since we're going to her house, she says, do we just want Sarah to do desserts and we'll take care of the other part? And I just looked at her and I said, that would be fine. But do you think we'll have something that's not in plastic wrap before it gets to the table? And she just looked at me. I said, yes, I'll do some dessert. Because you have to, it's about the smell in the house, and it's about doing it, and it's about,
Yep.
it's
My
about
mom's-
all of that.
My mom's real big on making her dad's pecan pie. And my mom's hurt her back, so she's really not lifting anything, doing anything like that. So I may have to make a pecan pie this year. Make her dad's pecan pie.
I know you're shocked, but I've never had pecan. But that's only because
She's allergic to
it,
nuts.
so I can't have it. I know, judge away, but
I won't judge you.
everybody's
since
like, you
can't.
don't know what you're missing. And I'm like,
Have you seen there's a really good recipe now for pecan cobbler?
Ooh, I've never even heard of that.
Because I don't really could care less about the crust in a pecan pie. I could just eat out the,
that's what I've heard everybody say.
I could
and
just
I'm
eat out the shell of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
the goop in the middle, yeah.
And I love banana pudding. Like my sister does banana pudding every Thanksgiving, but she has to make 2 of them because I love banana pudding, but I don't like the bananas in it.
Let me tell you what I did at our finger food one for my stepdad's.
Oh yeah, I need.
Let me tell you. So I got these cups that have like the lids on them, like this big. And I have a cake, and I bake a cake, like really thin yellow cake, box cake. It's not bougie. And then I get like those little cups. I put some pudding in it, cake, and then fruit, and then pudding, cake, fruit. It's like one of those trifolds.
Yeah.
But I did a whole bunch of different, like some have blueberries and bananas and strawberries and cherries.
Cute.
And I labeled it. I felt like I did something
You were
this year.
special, huh?
Because my stepdad always loves that, but he loves strawberries, and I detest strawberries. So I'm always like scooping the top layer off. And
Well, they're not good this time of year anyway.
No, well, I got them anyway. So I did some. Some people got some strawberries, and some people got cherries, and
Blueberry.
but it was good.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Somebody had to bring the banana pudding to my mom's all the time.
Always doing the banana nut bread for breakfast on Christmas mornings and stuff.
So what do you do after Christmas? Do you do anything for New Year's? Any traditions there?
I don't have any traditions, but we may be going to Gatlinburg this year.
That should be pretty.
That would be fun.
I say may because we don't have a place.
Oh, yeah, that's probably going to be a little tricky.
We may by now.
A
You may not
Motel
get it.
6 in Gatlinburg
Yeah.
fighting the Bears.
Lock your car.
Yeah, probably should have planned that one just a little earlier.
I don't think it's going to happen. My husband keeps saying, yeah, we're going to go.
Yeah, we kind of hibernate when it comes to New Year's Eve. We went to Vegas once on a New Year's Eve. That was our Christmas trip we did, but we left after Christmas, and that was it was fun.
I just got back from New York, so my room, you could see the ball.
And it was so funny when you posted that.
Yeah. And that's where I want to be. Like I was telling earlier, I really enjoyed New York. There's no way I would be there for New Year's unless it was in that room.
Oh, no.
Way too many people.
There's way too many people.
You couldn't pay me to do it.
Well, and all you're going to see at that point is the ball dropping down.
Mm-hmm. And I could see
And all the
that.
glitter.
Yeah.
Confetti.
confetti.
There's, I mean, New York is beautiful at Christmas, and everybody should see it one time. But there's actually nicer times of the year to really go and enjoy.
And that's what we want to do. We want to go
Spring
back and
is really nice,
we were thinking
but-
spring.
but meaning, April,
Mm-hmm.
into those parts, and then January just becomes kind of quiet,
Dreary.
dreary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's turning cold again.
Do you know why? Everybody started their diets. So nobody's out doing nothing.
So they're at the gym. That's January's tradition.
Because it's dry January. Nobody's having fun.
Yeah.
Yep, no drinking.
You are so bad.
eating. Nothing in January.
Isn't that funny though? After New Year's, everybody goes, "I am not drinking a thing,"
Yeah.
and then you see them about 7 days later.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a glass of wine.
Valentine's Day. You
Nothing
gotta
stupid
have
like
something.
that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It's just not even gonna lie. No.
Not funny.
No.
So, how about the rest of the year? Is there any? Not forget a holiday. Is there any tradition besides that you grew up around or your family does?
Mm-mm.
No, not like
We get real trees for Christmas. What do y'all use?
Comes out of a box.
I would say mine comes out of a box now, but I was real tree up until about 2 years ago. We had always gone to Marvin's to get our Christmas tree because they had shiploads of it.
Right?
Did you say ship loads?
Ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loads.
I was like, whoa.
No.
What you got in that cup?
Shipments of trees. It's just tea.
Mm-mm.
But I thought I would start a new tradition about 2 years ago and go and actually cut our tree down from a local tree farm. We had the best time cutting our tree down. My husband cut it down, drug it back, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We put the tree up. And about, 6, 7 days after we put it up, decorated it, I'm in the kitchen washing dishes. And my daughter's like, Mom, there's a spider on the ceiling. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, Mom, there's several spiders on the ceiling. And I looked up, and I'm not joking. There were thousands of baby spiders.
Oh.
And it had come from the tree, and it had webbed up onto the wall because we had it in a corner. And there were tons of spiders. And that was the last live tree I'll ever have.
It's funny that you say that. Somebody posted on Facebook. I think it was just last week. She had taken. This was her second live tree that she had taken back because the first one had bugs too. And then this one come back, and she was saying, I guess it was a she, was saying, don't go there and get your trees. And I'm thinking, okay, it's a tree.
It's a tree.
It came out of the woods. You can't debug something that is a natural environment.
Right.
You brought it into your house and took him away from his house.
Well, in my simple mind, I was thinking like they get sprayed so that, I know that there's going to be critters. I just didn't think there were going to be thousands of them. And they were babies.
Well, that's very rare.
But-
We used to always have a live tree.
But I just couldn't do the spiders.
Yeah.
I love the
We have no
smell
idea.
of the live tree and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, nope. So we ended up getting a box tree. We went and bought a bigger.
So at our ERA King Christmas party last week, did that big tree that was out in the foyer, did you like,
I didn't
Did you
touch it.
touch
Did you
it?
feel it? Did you
Did
touch
you-
it?
it was a live tree.
Wow. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It,
monstrous.
It was as big as this table right here. Like you
Was
would
it
have
seriously? Literally it was.
been literally as big as this table.
Where'd they get that
Perfectly
from?
decorated.
So did ERA get the tree, or did
No, it was.
the club get the
The
tree?
club.
No.
Let's don't talk about the.
was
Okay.
at the-
That is-
Okay.
That's gonna be.
It is. It is
hilarious.
hilarious. It is hilarious. And here I was going to be good. And when she comes in the door, I'm like, not saying anybody. I just said, Deidre's on her way. She'll be here shortly. She's in the room 5 minutes and just makes the announcement that I went to.
Okay, so those of you who are listening, so we got our invitations for our company Christmas party at the club, and I'm thinking, ooh, the club. So I got on my cute dress, sparkly red, looking good, hair curled.
She was decked out.
Lipstick. I had diamond
Why am I
earrings.
not even seeing any of the pictures?
Because by the time I got there, hour and a half late, because I done showed up late to the club. Get there, we valet park because we're being bougie. And we walk in, and I'm just like, we're here for the ERA King party. Oh, well, that must be back down in the stateroom. Yeah, I think I remember Lisa saying something about the stateroom or something. I don't know why.
I don't even know.
I look back, and you didn't say nothing
I don't think so.
So I'm in these shoes that are heels.
Yeah.
And this dress that is too long. So, mind you, because I'm like 2 feet, yeah, whatever. So I'm sitting here walking in these heels, trying not to bust my A, holding this dress up in one hand, my cute purse in the other. My husband's like, and I'm like waddling through the club. We're like weaving in between these people's tables with their furs and their caviar and stuff. And you're like, where's the party at? Where's the party?
They so fun. I totally missed all this.
So we go down. It's like, well, it must be down the stairs. I'm like, oh.
How big is this place? Because
It's
I've never
monstrous.
been either.
Do you see the commercials for WBRC 6 News? And they've got the It's right outside.
I've been to the outside. I've just never been to the inside.
Well, there's
I didn't get that invite.
It's not, I mean.
Deidre got her own invite, but what?
Back in the day, because it's been there forever. I mean, that was the, like, you had to know somebody that knew somebody to go to a party there.
Well, and I thought we did. Because Richard at the office is always talking about, I'm going to the club
for lunch.
Going to the club. So I thought he was just making a joke about how he's really going to this bougie place.
That's because the bar does a lot of luncheons there.
So he's really going to the club? Or
Yes.
is he really?
No, he's going for luncheons there.
So
It's a place where you rent and have luncheons and obviously dinners because there was lots of people there.
Yes, there was lots of people there having parties. Well, we don't have ERA King on any of the parties.
And she's like,
And I'm like, well, it's got to
me.
be somewhere. There's a whole bunch of people. Well, how many people's in the party? I don't know. It's a party. I don't know. He's like, should be ERA King. Somebody should know something around here.
I can't believe you don't know that ERA King's right here.
I'm looking
not
good.
heard of us?
So let me just call Lisa.
And
Let me
then-
just, she'll let you know what's up.
Rings.
So I call Lisa, and she's like, well, when you walk in, there's a big sign that says straight ahead.
And you
But
just walk straight back.
But I came in the VIP. I mean, I came in the valet section.
And I'm like, I didn't go that way.
I thought it might be a different section than what you came in because I went to the VIP.
Well, first of all, I don't think there was.
There was no VIP.
I don't think there was valet parking.
Was there even valet parking?
I mean, there was something
No.
there, but I think it was mostly for the special golfers that come and do. But she's like, they don't know where you are. And
I'm like, shame on y'all. Get it together. They club my foot.
it was awesome. It was awesome. I told her, I said, but just think of it like this. Think about how many stories the people told about you after you died.
Because not only
I walked here.
the trash, they just let anybody in now. She couldn't even get her dress altered. Just see her dress around in those shoes that she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm crying. That was hilarious.
And the look on Ron's face when when he finally gets to where he's supposed to be, I just look at him and he just goes like this.
He's like, don't even.
And she's like, Deidre, have you met Deidre?
And then we walk in, and the first thing, thank God, you see is the bar. And so we walk in, and he's like, do you want a drink? I need a shot.
I know she does. She's standing there, and she's and
I'm
this
crying.
is like a small bar. It's not like a full fancy bar that you go in and you can get whatever that you want.
It says open bar.
And she goes, I want a shot. And the lady goes, well, what would you like? And I don't even remember.
I said fireball. I need a fireball.
And this lady,
She's a fireball.
and this lady looks at us, and I looked at Deidre and go, I don't think we have any of that. What do you have? And she starts going through, bourbon
Yeah, I don't
and vodka. And she goes, vodka.
I'll take a shot of vodka.
I'll take a shot of
And
vodka.
it wasn't a little bitty tiny cute thimble. It was like
Like it was a medicine cup.
×2. I shot that
And honey,
thing back.
she did. She shot that thing back like it was no tomorrow. And then her eyes got this big.
Coke. I need a Coke.
So we went from there and sat back down at the table to eat. And she looked over and she goes, I need a Coke. I need you to go get me a Coke.
Okay, but let's clarify for those who don't know the actual address. Deidre showed up at
The club.
in Vestavia, right?
Yeah.
That's Homewood.
Up on a mountain
And
somewhere.
our actual Christmas party was
At Hoover Country Club on
Club Drive.
in Bluff Park.
Yeah, these people sitting there enjoying their dinners and everything, and here I go clomping through, and somebody else is clomping me through this way, and somebody else is clomping me up the stairs and down the stairs.
I wish somebody would have shared something on Facebook about that.
This woman showed up at our.
She must be
That
party
would've been awesome
hopping.
if you would have went viral of crashing their Christmas party. Does
I should've
anybody
just
know
sat
this
down.
woman in this red sparkly dress?
It
No,
was,
she would have.
it was hilarious.
Man,
So that won't become a new tradition for you.
who knows?
You gonna pay attention to the full address?
I will make sure she has it.
Hey, 48 years and I hadn't got it together yet, so I want to dress.
I'll text it. You'll have it in your phone.
We'll have to drive together, carpool.
We're gonna carpool Deidre there. That way she can have all the shots she wants.
That's right.
But
That's
it
why I
was
have my
fun.
husband drive me home.
It was fun.
Oh, it was fun.
I'm glad y'all had fun.
Yeah, we missed you.
I missed y'all. I was freezing.
And then I
You could
get
tell
there.
You looked like you had like you only
You
saw,
could only see
you
my
only
face.
see this little part of her face in all the pictures that she
Of
took.
all the pictures, that toboggan, the $20 toboggan that I bought off somebody in Central Park was the best $20 I spent because it kept my head warm.
Wow.
But you didn't take any pictures inside something. I mean, you guys went inside.
We did.
places.
There's a bunch of pictures that we haven't shared.
Yeah.
I haven't shared yet.
What was your favorite thing that you did?
Favorite thing that I did. We actually went into Madame Tussauds. I don't know how to say that. The wax museum.
Oh yeah, no, it's
And to
really
be
cool.
completely honest with you, I was not excited whatsoever to go. I didn't know what to expect, but actually we had the best time taking all the pictures
Yeah, with
inside
the people.
with everyone. Yeah, so it was.
Because you think it's going to be creepy.
It was kind of creepy because I'm not even gonna lie. Bruce Willis was there, and I tried to give him a kiss on the cheek, and it felt really weird knowing that he was.
Well, it is wax.
I know, right? And I was like, is it going to move? But, it's like it feels because it looks like a real person that you're right next to someone and you're just kind of waiting on them to react, and he didn't. So,
Okay. I think everybody's had enough of us
I
for
think
today.
so. I think so. So I
We will be.
think,
Had enough of our shenanigans.
We'll be more organized next time.
yes.
Maybe not.
I doubt it. Like Deidre said, she's 48 and she hasn't gotten it together yet. we're 6 months into this and we're still winging it, but whatever. But thank you for joining us for this show. I think next podcast we're going to be talking about a year in review. So stay tuned.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Your Neighbor, Your Agents. Please visit www.yourneighboryouragents.com.